Somewhere beyond the recesses of time and space, two podcasters are set adrift in a machine, picking up transmissions of movies that are forgotten but not gone.
I think that the worst crime committed by the film The Recruit 2003, starring Colin Farrell and Al Pacino, I think that the most disturbing thing depicted on screen in this film about the excesses and unpredictability of the intelligence community is the breakfast burritos.
Listen, I hold breakfast burritos so near and dear to my heart that if they weren't good in this movie, I'd probably block them out for my own emotional safety.
I hold all burritos near and dear to my heart, and indeed I hold many of them in many of the clogged ventricles of my heart. There's this scene where Al Pacino takes Colin Farrell to this parking lot of some federal building to go to this like food truck. It's like, best breakfast burritos in town, and they go to get these breakfast burritos, and then they are handed these like practically flat lumpen foil wrapped items that it's just like it's like a breakfast burrito. It looks like a panini. It looks like or like a deflated calzone wrapped in foil. Like,
ooh, a breakfast calzone. I would have one of those.
Now that's I mean, it is basically an Italian breakfast burrito. Like a breakfast burrito should be a thick cylinder, and he's presumably driven. Don't read too deeply into that, folks. She's got a great thick cylinder, but that he has built this up as a great breakfast burrito, and what they're handed is so weak sauce. It's just like,
maybe it's tasty.
It had better be, and even then, I don't know if you call it, like, maybe it's a breakfast quesadilla based on the size of it. This is just a scathing indictment of Northern Virginia's burrito culture. I don't feel safe if members of our intelligence community are operating on burritos that week.
I have a lot to cover in this mini, but you reminded me of something that I need your thoughts on. There's a current Wendy's commercial that I think is for breakfast burritos. And they commit an act in it that I find punishable by the highest courts of the land.
Okay. Burrito court is in session.
I need you to weigh a verdict here. Because you are judge, jury, and executioner.
I have executed many burritos.
There's the burrito that you have, right? And you hold it upright, and you bite down into it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
otherwise
how you
known as a
eat
burrito. Yeah, of course.
Right? In this Wendy's commercial, they're sitting on the tailgate of a car, and one of the dudes takes the burrito like a corn on the cob and bites it from the center.
No. From the side?
It's like the only other eating atrocity I have seen committed like that is how Michael Douglas eats a bagel in Fatal Attraction.
Remind me how he eats a bagel in Fatal Attraction.
He takes a bagel and I think he breaks it with his hand, and then I don't remember. But it's the most fucked up way you've ever seen someone eat a bagel.
Okay, I'm sorry if you're just biting into the center of a burrito. I mean, the Joker himself would not consume a food in so twisted a way. I say this as someone who, in the summer of 1996, bought a thing of bubble tape, opened the container, and took a big bite out of the rolled-up bubble tape inside it.
Listen, and I will admit, I have a very fucked up way of eating a Chipotle burrito, but I feel like that's already fucked up to begin with, that you can experiment a little bit with it.
And your way, correct me if I'm wrong, is you surgically slice open the skin of it to ensure that there's no meat inside.
Well, I mean, you can watch them putting it together when you're at Chipotle, but it's more, I do that. I open its chest cavity so that I I also get a bag of chips, and then I basically have nachos eating the chips out of the center of the burrito shell. You might be asking yourself, why wouldn't you just then get a shellless burrito, like a burrito bowl, and so that you could dip your chips into that? And I'm like, well, have you ever, like, sure, that works if you're getting like lettuce and stuff, but if you are just getting sloppy beans and cheese and sour cream, I don't want to look at that. I want it to be concealed inside a tortilla.
What you're actually ordering is 7-layer dip, but you want it wrapped up in an edible package, which is a burrito. That's the inherent supremacy of burritos over all other foods.
Here's where I think the brilliance of that comes in, is like, sure, when you do that with just a basket of 7-layer dip, then you've got a like wax paper sheet, a sheet of wax paper with like sour cream and stuff that you're wasting on the end of it. This is it's like a bread bowl, but it's a burrito paper. You can eat the paper and the remains of the sour cream and the shredded cheese that didn't get on your chips and the little bean stuff and extra hot sauce that dripped away.
Yeah, it's like
leave no evidence behind.
like any true CIA operative, you give the enemy nothing that they can use to trace you. All secret encoded messages should be written on tortillas. Just doing dead drops of burritos, and at the bottom of the burrito is the secret code that you need.
All right, listen. I've got two things we can go into here. Actually, first I want to mention this. Because there's not much hay to be made here, but just an observation I made. The lengths they go to in this film to train these operatives are the lengths that Dr. Bernard Feld needs to go to in order to call his method intensive.
Yeah, you're saying that the couples who have gone to Hope Springs, Maine, need to be like working together to like drop like surreptitious bombs underneath test cars. They need to be like doing the rabbit and the eye stuff out on the streets.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the movie Couples Retreat, but like I imagine if you threw a therapist in the middle of that, then you'd have like an intensive, couples therapy weekend that is something to write home about.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem, the farm seems like a much better deal. Like, Meryl Streep and Tommy Lee Jones have to pay like $4,000, and they're not getting accommodations or meals. These people are staying at the farm, food seems to be included, and they even get a fun little party bus trip to a bar.
Listen, I've been told that sometimes our self-referentials can get a little annoying, so...
Who told you that? Who told you that? Give me names! Give me names! Name names! Who doesn't like this?
Burke!
I didn't even have to get... I went to the trouble of pissing on this pair of pants to convince you to give up a name, and you didn't even... I didn't even... What am I supposed to do with these pants now?
You sit with your own piss pants.
Well, I mean... Okay, well, you're not getting into the CIA. I'm sorry.
Well, I got another little test we could do, just to see. I thought maybe we can test each other to see if we get in the CIA.
Okay, sure. What's the test? How are you gonna? How are we going to flunk immediately?
I'm sure you've noticed these little eye gadgets that have been sitting in the corner of the machine since we started the show, and wondered what they were for.
They're Kanye West shutter shades, but sure, yeah, eye gadgets, whatever.
No, they're little lie detectors like we saw in the Recruit today.
Yeah, sure. That's why Kanye West took them off. He couldn't, he had too many secrets. Sure, yes, lie detector
with
goggles.
Kanye, with Yee, he believes his lies. So, is it really a lie if you believe it?
So I guess it's a real question of self-deception. How much have we lied to ourselves is what we're going to test with these glasses.
You can never trust yourself. So I thought we could just go back and forth and ask each other a question for the lie detector.
Okay, sure. Okay, so who wants to go first? Do you wanna?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay, yeah. Let's calibrate these things.
Okay, so I'm gonna calibrate this thing by asking you a baseline question, and you need to. I'm gonna be able to tell the whole readout of the machine here is writing on your answers here.
Yeah.
So you need to tell the truth because we're gonna know.
Yes, no, everyone will hear it. Everyone will hear some kind of noise if I'm lying.
All right. Is Mark Wahlberg your best friend?
False. He's not. Listen. I've talked about this. I was kicked out of the Funky Bunch. We've discussed this, and I had this idea for a burger franchise called Mark Burgers, but he didn't listen to me.
So no, jumping all over the place, and I can't tell what's a lie and what's truth.
I mean, it's true that he's not my best friend. I mean, I'd say we're still acquaintances, and I have warmth towards him, but no, not best friends. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna make a note on the readout there for future reference. Okay. What do you got?
Yeah. Was that really Terrence Howard you saw outside your apartment complex?
I will admit, and I admitted in the episode, that it could quite well have not been. As far as I go in terms of identifying people, I think it could have been.
That's not it's got to be a yes or no answer, dude. The machine is literally just spit out a printout that just says bullshit.
You're gonna send me down a reminiscence loop of making me recall something that I can't verify.
I love that we just discussed the fact that apparently listeners are telling you that we've gotten too self-referential, and then we just went careening straight into a series of bits that are deep in-jokes about previous episodes we've done. Barreling into it like a VW bug smashing through a chain link gate. Hey, at least that's a reference to an actual episode that we did last week.
Oh my god.
So your answer is no, that wasn't Terrence Howard, and you were just putting one over on me.
Okay. No to both of those questions. I wasn't just putting one over on you. If I had to go with the statistics as to whether or not it was him, I would say it was more likely not him, but it could have been him.
Okay, well, that is not how lie detectors work. There's really no room for ambiguity. It's a lot of yes or no questions. So I'm just going to I'm going to check the lie box, and then I'm going to check the supplemental Landen is a silly goose box, which the data people can work with. That'll go in your file at Langley as well.
Right. All right, we're going on to the next question. Things are going to heat up here a little bit.
Oh boy!
In more ways than one, I hope you know.
Well, I don't really feel I don't like having that knowledge, but okay.
Here we go. Did Liam Hemsworth in the last song make you feel things you didn't expect?
Yes. Yes, I when watching him in that movie, I actually felt investment in their relationship and in the film, which I did not expect to have happen. He did now. Yep. If you could ask me questions about Alexander Skarsgård in Tarzan, and then there might be then you might uncover some deeper, darker secrets. But alas, no.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Got that scored down.
Okay. Cool. Do you actually like the Gus Van Sant film Jerry? Now
you're getting to the hard questions.
This is not even an in-joke from the podcast. No, this is just an in-joke from our relationship with each other. Folks, there's a film called Jerry in which Matt Damon and
Casey
Affleck walk around the desert for like 2 hours, and they're both named Jerry, and they just have conversations. It's kind of like a podcast, really.
I'm going to say, now, I remember so much of that film, more than I do 90% of the films we cover on this show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, here's the problem with the question.
You're really not...
in that I can't answer yes or no.
Oh my god, dude. You introduce a concept and then absolutely refuse to engage with it. This is not... You're not CIA material.
I have a hard time categorizing films in terms of like or dislike.
I hope that...
I wish your eye rolling was audible.
I wish that Al Pacino would bamboozle some cute young guy into assassinating you right now. That's what I hope would happen.
Okay, when I have to admit I haven't seen it in a long time, so I can't say how I feel about it today. When I initially saw it at an impressionable young filmmaker age, I was struck by the idea of deconstructing story, and I felt like there was a lot to learn from it. It was a different type of experience, one that isn't necessarily pleasurable.
You
So
sound-
it's hard to say I like the experience, but I found a lot of value in it.
You sound so defensive. This is like, I smoked marijuana, but I did not inhale. I did not
I just
have...
wanted to be very accurate with my answer.
I did not have warm feelings about that movie. Okay.
All right. Well, listen, you you really raked me over the coals on that one. And I have a softball answer question for you for this last one.
Okay.
Who's a better actor, Marlon Brando or Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus, obviously. I've already said that literally on the podcast. Also, I thought that the lie detectors needed kind of a binary yes or no. I mean, I guess this is still a binary. But yeah, Miley Cyrus a million times. Miley Cyrus could have played the Al Pacino role in this movie, and she could have crushed it. I'm fully saying that. Even though she would have been prime Hannah Montana age on this, I think she still had the chops.
Very good. So you
all
passed.
right.
You've passed.
I've passed. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm in the CIA.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Landon. You did not pass. You are being sent.
I failed so hard on question 2. I didn't even get a third question.
Okay. Oh yes. Oh, I'm sorry. There is a third question. Let's
that's
see
all
how you
right.
do on this one. Yeah. Does jury duty still make you horny?
Okay. Let's be specific in saying not the movie starring Pauly Shore.
Well, yes. You mean the TV series starring a bunch of unknown actors in a mockumentary format
Forgot
and some
about that
random
one, too.
dude. Yeah. Did you forget?
I haven't been to jury duty in about 10 years, so it's hard for me to say.
So, but maybe those long unsatisfied passions burn twice as bright. You ever think about that?
I also haven't been, knock on wood, through the Wisconsin jury duty process yet.
Okay.
It might have been specific to the California way of doing things.
I mean, listen. It wouldn't surprise me if L.A. jury duty is a much sexier process than Midwestern jury duty. Well, listen. Lest you ever accuse us of only making deep in-joke references to other stuff we talked about on this podcast, I hope that we have provided you with actual good content.
Yeah, deep in-joke references to life.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you talked about the jury duty thing on our previous podcast. So
maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, you don't get in the CIA. Get on this plane. It'll take you to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, for a vacation. Do you want to play the trailer game?
I do.
Uh-oh. Qualified tone in your voice, though.
All right. I got one more. Thing, if I can recover, that I wanted to ask you.
Yeah. Shoot.
These are recruits for the CIA. They're taken to a place called the Farm to become CIA agents. What kind of farm would you want to go to? So, obviously, you're not training to be a CIA agent. It doesn't have to be called the Farm. But if you were taken to a place to be trained or tested to become a thing, what would you want it to be?
I feel like, man, I don't know. I mean, I guess the first one that springs to mind that I don't think is actually my answer is, of course, Barnyard Farm, where I just learn how to dance and hang out with all my cow
coyotes.
friends. Yeah, well, yeah, I would be the first one to get killed by coyotes if I went to the Barnyard Farm. I don't know. Other than another type of farm I'd like to go to. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd go to a different kind of CIA farm, the Culinary Institute of America farm, and just get really good at cooking. You know, just learn about making some omelets.
So what do those exercises look like? You have to steal some eggs from this farm.
Yeah,
to make a souffle.
Yeah, I think it's Rick Bayless, head chef from, I want to say, the French Laundry, takes me in a party bus to a local bar, and it's like you have 5 minutes to go in there, find an eligible young woman, make an omelet for her, and see if she likes it. If you're able to make an omelet while convincing this woman to leave the bar with you, and you don't fuck up the omelet and it becomes scrambled eggs, then you pass. But
what if you make the omelet but you fuck up with the girl?
Well, I mean, I think that still means that I get cut, but at least I get the omelet to myself afterwards. So
And
really,
you know you could run a diner.
I know that I can run a diner, or at the very least feed myself, which is the greatest win of all. What farm would you go to?
This is an easy one for me. It's Can You Survive a Horror Film Farm?
Oh yeah, I mean. Yeah, so is that a lot of, like, instead of the bug house, it's like the Jason house or something? You just have to, like, sneak through a house.
The cabin in the woods. Yeah, if you could, like, if someone knew they were being cabined in the woods,
yeah,
like the movie, like going into knowing, okay, we're gonna throw every horror thing at you that we can, and can you survive? I would love to go through that process. Train first, and then get my chops up, and then try to get through it.
I feel like if you turn on the lights in a dark room before you walk into it, you are already at the head of the class.
That makes you the knock of the horror film.
Yes, yeah, basically. It just occurred to me. I think I thought of a different farm that I want to go to.
Okay, all right.
I want to go to the farm that they send all of the dogs and cats to when, the happy farm where they take them so they can be happy, so your kid isn't sad about the fact that their dog is mysteriously no longer there.
Are you training to get to there? Do you have to die?
Well, it's going to happen sometime, Landon. I mean, I may as well make plans for the afterlife. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know what I'm trying. I kind of just figure, I don't think of it, I guess, really as a training situation. It's mostly just I get to the farm and then I just am playing with all these dogs. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe I make an omelet for the dog? I don't know. Maybe I went to another farm on the way to that farm. Life's just a series of farms.
Hey, there you go. Do you want to play a trailer game?
Yeah, now I do. Thank you for asking, though.
Okay, for those of you who don't know what the trailer game is, it's Truman and I have watched the film The Recruit and have not watched the trailer, so we're going to pick out some elements of the movie that we think might pee in the trailer.
That might pee in the trailer? I
didn't say that. You did.
I also, again, I love that it's like, okay, most of the show is impenetrable back references to other episodes of the show, but then it's like we have to explain this fairly self-evident game that we play because people might be new to it, and we would hate for the show to be in any way impenetrable for newcomers.
Yep, pretty much.
I think that we're gonna get a shot of the bus pulling up to the farm, that wide sweeping shot of the bus pulling into the farm as the helicopter takes off. If you're trying to establish that this is a movie about spies going to spy school.
Hold on. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but is that a little bit like Orson Fortune, Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre, of the shots of different locations?
Okay, fair. Yeah, you start while I recalibrate.
I got an easy
one
right out the gate. I got an easy one. Newspaper.
Newspaper. What?
Al Pacino's magic trick at the bar.
Oh, okay, yeah, newspaper. Yes, the newspaper. Negging. Yes.
Yeah, he is trying to recruit Colin Farrell and is telling him nothing is what it seems, and he rips the paper in half and then unfolds it, and it's back intact.
Okay, fair. That's a good guess.
And specifically, circles CIA.
Yeah. Newspaper negging, CIA circling.
Yeah.
So
I'm so confident in that if it's not both of those things, I don't want the point.
So if he's not ripping up the newspaper and then circling CIA, if we don't get both of those, we don't get the point.
That's what I'm saying.
You are a madman. You are pointing the gun at your own chest and saying, just shoot me. I think we're also going to get Al Pacino up in front of the class at the farm. It's going to be some clip from him giving the big speech. Yeah. I think it's probably going to be something like, we succeed in secrecy, and when we fail, the whole world knows. It's like
the monologue that I delivered last week.
Yeah, yes, but like not the full monologue, but him him giving that basic sense of like, this is an unglamorous job, but we do it because of purpose or something like that.
We believe our cause is just,
Pacino cause is I think this movie is going to lean very hard on Al Pacino, the biggest special effect in the film.
I think it's gonna lean into Colin Farrell because they're trying to push him as a leading man. In fact, I would say they're gonna lean so far that they'll use the face on the Dell screens moment at the beginning of the film.
Oh yeah, to show that he's a brilliant hacker.
Yep.
Yeah. Dell screen Farrell. I agree with that. I mean, and there's got to be something with. I think maybe. I mean, him and Bridget Moynahan, them just making out in the parking garage. I don't know if they're going to give us the whole build-up of, like, this is where the security cameras can't see us. But I think at least, like, them hardcore making out in a darkened parking garage, so you get kind of all the President's Men paranoia thriller vibes, but also what if good-looking people kissed? Yeah. What if Woodward and Bernstein kissed?
Yeah. Okay. I support that.
Okay. Perfect.
I have one. I don't think we'll get much context for it, but when we see Colin Farrell chasing Gabriel Macht through the train station, through the train tracks, Gabriel Macht has his hood up, and we just kind of see it's a bit of on-foot action, a little, cat and mouse thriller action. Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll see him shoot him, or we'll even see Gabriel Macht's face, but just something dark is going on at the CIA.
Do you think there'll be, like, at least Macht shooting at, like, Farrell getting shot at or shooting back? They love to show shooting in these. Like, the trailer for The Butler, lest we forget, had a shootout sequence between cops and Black Panthers in it that was not even in the movie. So they'll go to great lengths to put any gunfighting into a trailer.
Yeah, sure. Like one of those stray shots that go off.
Yeah.
That almost hit him. Yeah, why not?
Cool. God, what else? What else could there be?
I got one more. I don't know
give me
what.
One more.
I don't know what part of this sequence would be in there, but I think maybe the bug house.
The bug house, yeah, because nothing says CIA training quite like, they're watching him on the cameras, and there's the dummies in bed that sit up and the
night vision cameras. Yeah,
I want to.
I bet it'll be him jumping through the window.
Yeah, bug house window. I have okay. Look, now we're at 6, but I have to put this is extra. This isn't even extra credit. This is just like a little one for me.
Okay.
Volkswagen smashing through the gates.
Ooh. Okay.
I think
ballsy guess.
Ballsy guess, but there's not a lot of action in this movie, and that's kind of one of the bigger things, and that's the thing you can cut to for 1 second of it crashing through there. So I'm doing it.
Okay. So all right. We have a potential of 7 out of 5 in this episode.
Yep, a potential of 7 out of 5. Watch us fail.
Okay, you ready to watch this thing?
I am.
All audiences.
What you should learn.
Trust nobody.
Well, nothing is what it seems.
He's talking to the crowd.
Well, it's that monologue.
I would like to welcome you here to the CIA Special Training Facility.
Okay, you got the helicopter shot for sure.
Those of you who do graduate will be official cover operatives.
Oh, bug house? No, but they're not in.
Well, kinda.
Perfect.
You graduated top of your class
him on the
at
screen.
MIT.
Dell screen show.
Athletic. I am recruiting you. Would I have to kill anyone? Would you like to?
Boom!
He will train him.
That was a great line.
Nintendo.
He will push him.
Reach the parking lot
Brief
with an
bug
asset
house.
who intends to have sex with you.
Huh?
You want us to pick up a girl?
5, actually.
Looking good.
Thanks.
Oh, bug house.
Challenge him.
Hell yeah. Okay, we got the night vision. Bug house.
Do not get caught.
Gonna dive out the window?
And the window.
Dude,
Hell
you
yeah.
nailed it.
Yes.
Yes!
Scary.
Al Pacino's happy for you.
And he will bring him into a secret world
Welcome to CIA.
where nothing is what it seems.
That's what you train
Nothing
for.
is what it
This the
seems.
job.
Layla.
She's a mole, James.
More mind games.
Well, no, school's out.
Now,
You trying to manipulate me?
Maybe.
It's working.
Kissing
Why
in the
me?
parking garage, is it gonna happen?
Trust you,
It
loves
seems
you,
like
baby.
it.
Up, grass!
You're gonna
Parking
take that
garage.
love, and you're gonna use it to find out who she's working for.
Training. Do you think it changes you?
Sure. Every person I meet is a possible mark.
Okay.
You are
We didn't guess any lighting.
Oh,
Hey.
oh.
and you're dead.
No, they didn't shoot.
Al Pacino,
Move now.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Colin
question that one.
Farrell,
She knows I'm suspect.
Oh.
Bridget Moynahan.
You think this is a game, James?
I think it's a test.
The only thing more dangerous
Yes!
This is no
Chain link
test.
gates!
than crossing the line
I don't know why you turned. I don't care why you turned.
I didn't turn you
back.
is trusting the man who took you there.
What the hell is going on, Burke?
This is giving away the ending.
Everything is a test.
The Recruit.
Nothing is what it seems.
Nothing is what it seems.
Is that the is that on the poster? Nothing is what it seems.
It should be. Wow, okay. I mean, that one, I think we're really... If only we hadn't done so damn many guesses, we would have had a better average on this one.
That's right. Where it's out of 5. We have 7 out of 5. So we gave
Okay.
ourselves extra.
Well,
That's
then
what
to-
extra credit is.
yeah, I guess so. Technically, 4 out of 5. Well, look, you were so convinced that the newspaper negging was going to be in there.
I was.
Look, and
I was.
It made sense. I was convinced too. Him circling CIA, that seems like a perfect way to set up a trailer. But
Yeah.
this trailer felt differently.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk about how his cause is just, but yeah, we get Colin
We
Farrell.
do. He doesn't say cause is just, but we do get a clip from that monologue.
We do get a clip from that monologue, don't we? I mean,
This
okay,
seems
you know,
like a half-point situation.
I mean, I'm giving us the full point because we just said the monologue, not the full one. Okay, fine, half point.
Half
Jesus,
point.
look at you. Okay, but so we have Farrell on the Dell screen at the hackathon. Totally
Hell
nailed
yeah.
that. Them making out in the parking garage. It is brief and it's close-ups, but it's definitely that scene.
Yes.
Okay, so him chasing what's his face.
Yeah.
They don't shoot. They have guns out.
However, they transition from one scene to the next with a gunshot sound effect. We don't actually see like a little spark off a railing or anything, but we do get the sense that a shot is fired in that scene.
Are we giving ourselves half a point for that one too?
I would argue for the full point, but I argue for half points all the time, so I defer to you.
Fuck it. You know what? Full point. I'm being nice to us today. We're going to a
Okay.
farm where we win at all of our games that we create.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, extended bug house sequence.
Hell yeah.
That like builds up over multiple shots to him diving through the window. Gotta love that.
Yep.
And yeah, VW crashing through the gates, baby. I saw the quickest glimpse of that car chase, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do it. They're really gonna show the VW bursting through the gates to kind of complete the storyline of the car chase.
They certainly did. So what was our final score?
Our final score then is let's see, 5.5 out of 7.
5.5 out of 5.
5.5 out of 5.
110%.
Yes, we get half an extra credit point, which we can apply to something else. I hope you're doing the math on these because I don't want to keep track of our running tally.
Well, someone's got homework to do for the end of the season.
Yeah, here at the farm.
Here at the farm. Well, okay, we did the recruit.
We did the recruit. The op has been completed. Your assessment of all of this is about as just down the middle and milquetoast as the poster for the recruit, which is just Colin Farrell and Al Pacino kind of looking in the general direction of one another.
Yes, but I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
I haven't been recording this entire time. We have to do it all over again.
Oh no! What? How could this be? Oh no! The world is exactly as it seems, and I trust everybody.
Oops.
Hooah!
All right. Well, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
I could have given you more for that, I suppose. I could have done more with that, but I'm tired, Landon. The time for cloak and dagger nonsense was at the beginning of our recording session, not the end.
Oh God, where's the machine sending us next?
Let's just take a look. Okay, it seems like next we're heading to October 27th, 1995.
It says, one of the boroughs of New York better get ready for a steak dinner, and I don't mean the meat.
Well, listen, with how much rent is in New York, how expensive that city is, I think that even eating a steak like a literal piece of wood is still probably going to cost you at least $60.
And our third co-host, Layla, has joined us for the outro here. Do you have any thoughts on that clue? Where we're going to go next? You going to say anything? No? You're going to be quiet now? She has nothing to say.
She has nothing to say. Well, I'm glad we asked her all the same. just squeeze your cat like an accordion until a sound comes out.
Oh, she just did.
Oh, well, there you go. See, it actually works.
All right. That's part of the clue for next week.
Okay, part of the clue for next week is cat noise.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of The Recruit, and we're done. So goodbye for Truman. I've been Landen Solano.
For Landen Solano, I've been Truman Caps, and maybe in the time between our now and our next episode, we can actually work on like an outro that actually has a little bit of oomph to it.
Whoa!
Movie Memory Machine is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpodcast to keep the machine running. Theme song by Porky's Groove Machine. Rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. For more information on today's show, visit MovieMemoryMachine.com.